Hello, it's your favorite sports thunk here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the fastest growing community on YouTube. Remember, Nightcap doesn't happen without you. So please subscribe or you're going to make Ocho cry. Ocho, Arch Manning.
Yeah.
Arch Manning probably had his best performance in his career at Texas.
Sir.
He threw for a career high 389 yards, accounted for 6 total touchdowns and a 52-37 win over the Razorbacks. Manning did something not even Vince Young or any other Texas quarterback had ever done at the university. He became the first player in school history to catch a touchdown, throw a touchdown, and rush for a touchdown. Look, I don't want to get too far over my skis.
Yeah.
Because it was Arkansas. But when you do something that a university that's 125, 150 years old, and no other quarterback had ever done that in history, we got to give it kudos, even though it was against Arkansas.
Right.
He still had himself a day. 18-30, 389, 4 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. They still can't run a damn football, so they had to throw it like that.
Yeah.
But Livingston had 2 for 104 and a touchdown. Mosley the 5th, 4 for 81. Ringo 6 for 81. Moore 3 for 74. So he had a day throwing the football.
Yeah.
But I think in order for them to be what they really want to be, Ocho, they got to have some resemblance of a run game.
Well, you know what? They got to have a run game, but I like this for Arch. I like this for Arch because you're going to get into games where you can't run the ball, and the fact that your run game has been your Achilles heel all season long, you haven't been able to run, and teams that make you one-dimensional, I know they played Arkansas, but the fact that you were one-dimensional and you're able to be successful, doing what you struggle with, throughout damn near the whole season, as far as the passing game is concerned, and for Arch to go out there and have a game like he had today, 4 TDs for 389, I would like some of the other receivers that play for Texas to step up. I would like those other receivers to step up, because when I think of Texas, I think of one of the schools that should be somewhat equivalent to the LSUs and the Ohio States as far as pumping out, top tier receivers that should be going into the first round. And I just haven't seen that yet this year. Ringo, who I thought was supposed to be that guy, he hasn't shown me enough this year. Outside of that, Arch Manning, I'm glad to see him playing well. Again, even though they played, we want to steer caution to win because they were playing Arkansas. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Who's fired their coach during the season?
Yeah. I'm curious.
Think about it. We got Arkansas that fired their coach, Florida that fired their coach, LSU that fired their coach. So we got 3 coaches in the SEC that got fired in the middle of the season.
I have one question. Does Texas have another test before the season ends?
Yeah, A&M.
Okay. Ooh, shoot.
Next week.
Hey, now that's gonna be. Please tell me they're playing at Texas A&M so I can go to the game.
They played in Texas.
Damn it! I don't know nobody at Texas.
And so now he puts a performance like this against A&M.
Oh, now let's talk. Let's talk.
We can talk.
Yes, sir. And listen, with the confidence he's built in this game, and the San Jose's, even though those games don't count, being able to put up a performance like this, regardless of who you're playing, you go into Texas A&M next week with that confidence already built up. Listen, he might throw for 500. You never know. You never.
Sark said Vince Young was at the game and came up to him after saying, "Man, I wish I could have had a play like that."
Oh, you talking about like the Philly special?
Yeah.
That was nice.
Well, Vince, you did everything else. Damn, you single-handedly won a national championship, dude. Hey. I mean, you put on one of the greatest performances in championship history.
Yeah.
I mean, and then the year before, you did a number on Michigan. Yeah. I think he almost threw for 200 and ran for 200. So he put together a year, and then to do what he did against USC, that was going for a third straight national championship, when they had all those guys, Matthew Loudon, Reggie Bush, Lindell White. They had Cushing, they had Clay Matthews Jr. And they had a squad over there,
boy.
And Vince Young said, "Nah."
Yeah, they had a squad.
Stars were shining on Texas that night. Diego Pavia threw for a career-high 484 yards, Ocho. 5 touchdowns as the number 14 Vanderbilt Commodores beat the Kentucky Wildcats by the score of 45-17.
That's not
fair. The Commodores kept their hopes for a college football playoff berth alive going into the regular season finale.
That's not
Pavia,
fair.
who struck yet another Heisman pole, celebrating with his teammates, set the program record, topping 464 passing yards by Whit Taylor had against Tennessee in 1981. Pavia ran for another 48 yards and a 6th score. Vandy coach Clark Leah said he's the best player in the country and deserves to be in the Heisman conversation. He tips the field when he steps on it. There's only a few players in the world that when the ball's in their hand, that can take over a game, and he's done that repeatedly here.
Yeah. Hey.
According to Vegas, Fernando Mendoza still holds the highest Heisman Trophy odds at -120. Meanwhile, Jordan Sayin holds the second best at 360. Diego Pavia improved his odds to +650. Ocho?
Yeah.
He was 33 of 39. 484, 5 touchdowns to 1 interception. He was their leading rusher. And again, here's a team that really couldn't run the football today, Ocho. 25 carries, 65 yards. Not even 3 yards a carry. But he was able to do it. He had 2 receivers over 100 yards. Richardson had 6 for $159, 3 tubs. Sherrill had 8 for 115 and a tub. He did a little bit of everything. Like I said, he ran for a touchdown and he threw for 5 more. 6 total touchdowns.
That's crazy. I mean, even that interception, it kind of. It is what it is. It didn't affect the outcome of the game, but this is another game, though. This is another game, just like the Texas game. You're playing Arkansas. They playing Kentucky, They playing Kentucky. Kentucky's not very good offensively and defensively. I'm sorry to all those Wildcats out there, including my daughter who goes to University of Kentucky. But Pavia did what you're supposed to do against an inferior opponent. You're supposed to throw for 44. You're supposed to look like this. The receivers are supposed to go off the way they did. So this is a great game for him. As far as his Heisman hopes, I would have loved for him to have a game like this against some of the bigger schools.
Like he would play when he played Alabama.
Bingo. Like when you play Alabama's, now you have a performance
they beat LSU. He had a good game. I mean, I said Jordan Sayin. It's Julian Sayin. So
yeah, but
the Ohio State quarterback. But look, Mendoza's played really, really well.
Hey,
we'll see what he looks like when they play Ohio State in the Big 12 championship game. That's going to be a matchup, and we'll see.
Next week. That's next week?
No. Next week is Ohio State, Michigan. That's probably the following week.
Okay.
So we'll get a better sense about Mendoza. We'll get a better sense about Sayin because those are the 1 and 2 teams in the country, and deservedly so, both unbeaten, untied. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see how this thing shapes up. But Sayin, look, he's throwing the 2 top receivers. We know he has Jeremiah Smith. I mean, a guy from Vanderbilt winning the Heisman Trophy would be crazy to think.
That would, huh?
A school mainly known for academics.
Right.
And nobody really thought about Vanderbilt until this kid Pavia got there, because Vanderbilt used to be everybody's homecoming. But they put everybody on notice last year.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, isn't he trying to get another year? Yeah, no.